what I'm going to do, I'm going to read, this is Jeremiah chapter 3, I'm going to read all of Jeremiah chapter 3. It might probably take me about 10 minutes to go through this. But it's going to kind of give you, if you've been watching this lesson from the first part to the last part, you'll understand what it was those scriptures were pertaining to. Because all those scriptures now, they all accumulate, they all get together now and they pertain to this chapter 3 concerning the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Jacob, the 12 tribes of Israel. Yeah? Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Reuben, Naphtali, Asher, Issachar. Yeah? Once again, Judah, African Americans, Benjamin, West Indians, Levi, Haitians, Simeon, Dominicans, native Dominicans, Zebulun, Guatemala, right down to the Panamanian natives we're talking about, Ephraim, Puerto Ricans, of the Taino and Arawak Indians, Manasseh, Cuban natives and black descendants of slaves. Yeah, that's the tribe of Manasseh. Gad, North American Indians. Reuben, Seminole Indians. Yeah, we've got Naphtali, those are from Argentina all the way down to the Chileans. The natives we're talking about. We're not talking about the Espanols that came there and enslaved them. We're talking about the natives, right, of those places. Yeah. Asher, from Colombia all the way down to Uruguay, natives. Issachar, Mexicanos. They are our brothers. They consist of the 12 tribes of Israel. And when we talk about Benjamin and West Indies, we're talking about all of the islands in the West Indies. From Barbados to Kitts, Trinidad, Jamaica, all the way through. Alright? Just to make you understand. So, Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 1. They say, if a man put away his wife, and she go from him, and become another man's, shall he return unto her again? Shall not that land be greatly polluted? But thou hast played the harlot with many lovers, yet return again to me, says the Most High. So the Lord is using that as an analogy. He's using that, you know, when a man puts away his wife, and she goes from him, and becomes another man's, shall she return to him? Again, shall not that land be polluted? Because he can no longer deal with that woman, because she has become polluted. So the Lord is saying, that's what you've done, Israel. You've gone and taken on another man, which is another religion, another nation, another belief, another culture, another way of life, and forgotten this one. But yet still, every time we've gone and fucked up, the Lord has taken us back. But we still continue to fuck up. Lift up thy eyes unto the high places, and see where thou hast not been lying with. In the ways hast thou sat for them, as the Arabian in the wilderness. And thou hast polluted the land with thy whoredoms and with thy wickedness. Therefore the showers have been withholden, and there has been no latter rain. And thou hast a whore's forehead. Thou refusest to be ashamed. Because no, I refuse to be. We'll continue to live. Okay. So anyway, so verse 6. This is Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 6. The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel has done? Now Josiah was the king during the times of the prophet Jeremiah, and that's when the kingdom was split into two. You had the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom, which happened after the time of Solomon. And the first two kings were Rehoboam and Jeroboam, the two separate kingdoms basically. So Israel was considered the northern kingdom, and Judah was considered the southern kingdom. Judah consisted of the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, and the northern kingdom, Israel consisted of Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, Manasseh, Gad, Naphtali, Asher, Simeon, Issachar. Those were the northern kingdom. To so you have an understanding, when the Lord talks about Israel and Judah, he's talking about all of the 12 tribes of Israel, but he's talking about them as the two separate kingdoms now, because at that point now, after Solomon died, they were two separate kingdoms. The Lord said also unto me in the days of Josiah the king, hast thou seen that which backsliding Israel has done? She has gone up upon every high mountain, under every green tree, and there has played the harlot, which is the same thing Israel is doing today. The 12 tribes are playing the harlot. We've gone under every high mountain, which is every different government, every different nation, and every high tree, and gone and played the harlot. So we've gone under these nations, under these governments, and their philosophies, and their beliefs, and following their Islam, their Buddha, their Hindu, their Sikh, their religion, and worshipping those things, and become a harlot. We become a whore to these things now. And I said, after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me, but she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. Judah, which is the southern kingdom, which I explained to you. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. So when the Lord saw all the backsliding that Israel and the wicked that Israel was doing, the northern kingdom was doing, he gave her a bill of divorcement. So we know what divorce is, don't you? That's when it's all over. You're married someone, you can give them a bill of divorce, it's all over, you've had enough of her. Your wife has gone and been a whore, she's gone to stay with everyone in the fucking towns, you've had enough, you want to get divorced from her now, because she's become everyone's whore, everyone's fucking bitch but yours. So that's what Israel done. Israel went and became everyone's whore, went and become into all these different nations, worshipping of their different religions. So if they were Muslims there, they would worship Islam, so the same that they were doing then, we're doing today. This is what I'm trying to get through to your heads, that this is why the scriptures are 2- and 3-fold, because Israel is the same whores today as they were back in the day of Josiah, which is over 2,500 years ago. Yeah, when King Josiah lived. We're the same whores today. Come back, reincarnate, living today. We've become a whore to Islam, following their fucking idolatry of worshipping the black Kabbalah stone and the moon and all that bullshit that they're into, yeah? Those fucking Arabs, yeah? The Ishmaelites. We've become Hindu, following what those East Indians are fucking worshipping. Sikh, same again, those East Indians. Buddha, those Asian, those Chinese, those Vietnamese, Japan, we've become the Catholicism, Catholicism, which all those Europeans and the Edomite and Esau, the Caucasians, that's their main religion, Catholicism, and they worship the white Jesus and they have the cross in the church and they kiss his feet and everything, So so them some have become Pentecostal, Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Adventists, all these different religions and churches and beliefs that we've partaken in. Yet what have we done? We have not gone back to the Lord's commandments and statutes of the Bible, which the Lord says this is what we need to follow to the best of our ability for us to be able to get salvation. No, we haven't done that. We've got to become partakers of all these other nations, putting tattoos all over our skins, becoming homosexuals, joining their armies and fighting in their unjust wars, doing all these things that these nations do, except the one thing the Lord said, come back to me, put your trust in me. That we haven't done. So we're doing the same thing today. So the same thing they were doing back then, we're doing today. This is the 2-fold, 3-fold that I tell you about the scriptures. Verse 8. This is Jeremiah chapter 3 verse 8 now. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also. And it came to pass through the lightness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with stones and with stocks. And yet for all this, her treacherous sister Judah, which is the southern kingdom, has not turned unto me with her whole heart, but faintly says, Lord. And that's exactly what we do today. We go out and commit all this fuckery during the week, raving, smoking, taking drugs, fucking partaking in all of these idolatries. Some of us are parts of Muslims, some of us are Hindus, some of us are Sikhs, some of us are in the Catholicism, some of us are Jehovah's Witness, Seventh-day Pentecost, all these things that we may do in the week, and we'll be partying and doing all these things, but we forget everything about the Lord. Then on a Sunday, when they get themselves to go into their churches on a Sunday to do the sun worshipping, which comes from Sundays, sun worshipping from the Roman Empire, to listen to the defiled and fucking and satanic preachers, ministers and priests that are gonna practice lies and prophesize and preach lies to them and not tell them who they are and tell them why they're in this condition today. Why are we at the bottom? and every fucking nation that's above us. Why is it that every nation that's come in these countries and all the countries that we dwell in after us are above us and we're at the bottom? Because we're under this fucking curse. And until we come back to the Lord, things are not going to get better for us. And it's the whole entirety. It's not going to come better for us until that judgment day, until the Lord comes with his legion of angels for salvation, when our rulership, when this white man's rulership is finished, when the Caucasians, when the Edomites, when Esau's rulership has come to an end. Because it says Esau is the ending and Jacob is the beginning. Then the rulership of Jacob, the 12 tribes, will come and the world will be ruled in righteousness. But for us to be part of that salvation, we have to get back to the Lord. But once again, I say this is only for the elect, only for those who understand the scriptures, and only for those who accept the truth of who they are, the 12 nations, that they are the Israelites, that Esau is the devil, the Edomites, they're playing the physical counterpart of the devil on this earth, and that all these other nations and religions are heathenistic, idolatry, worshipping of religion and idols. They're all nothing to do with Israel. So it says in verse 11, and the Lord said unto me, the backsliding Israel has justified herself more than treacherous Judah. So Israel's obviously trying to get back in at that particular time, where they're seen as a northern kingdom, that what they're doing is wrong. So some of Israel are on that step today, but most of those that make it a northern kingdom today are into idolatry because they worship the white Jesus Christ. They all have it in there, and the white Mary, and the white baby Jesus, and the cross, and they're all into Catholicism and kissing the cross and the black beads that they carry around their hands and all these things. Most of those people that live in South America, our brothers, are into Catholicism. So they're still into idol worshipping. So verse